Hey guys, welcome to Transparency Tales, a thought provoking podcast hosted by yours truly, Calandrea Carter. And today I'm going to talk about an epiphany I had last night while I was dreaming. And this podcast is all about being transparent, authentic, and vulnerable. So I want to share this epiphany that I had because I just feel like it's something that I need to share or a story that holds a lot of significance. And so in this dream, I was running away from something, I don't know what, but in the dream, it was a village specifically. I was running away from a village, and it was this woman. She was like, help me, come, stay, like pulling me back, like, come on, like, and tugging me backwards towards the village. And I was like, no, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I can't look back. But I kept looking back. I literally kept looking back. And the more I looked back, the more I felt the figure of the presence that I identify as a woman in my dream keep tugging me backwards. I just kept feeling that tug backwards and it was throwing me off. But also, mind you, I kept looking back. So the more I kept looking back, the more I felt the presence tug me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And so then I felt a higher power or a higher being, which I would identify as God, tell me to stop looking back. Just stop. Look forward. Trust me. Look forward. Trust me. This is where you need to go. Trust me. Don't listen to the voices. Don't listen to the chaos. It's lies. They don't need help. I have them. You focus on you and you keep going forward. That's what I heard. And it threw me off because it's so tempting to want to look back at your past and dwell on the past. And I think the dream really confirmed for me to just keep going and to stop looking back and dwelling on the past. I feel like dwelling on the past leads to depression. Um, as a person who experienced mental health issues and mental health uh, problems like anxiety and depression quite frequently, um, depression is a big thing for me. But then I realized the root of my depression is always looking backwards, always seeing what happened to me, always dwelling in what happened to me, and always sitting in that pain of what happened to me or what I experienced. When I have a whole set of new experiences looking forward, but I'm not seeing those because all I'm doing is looking at the past. And I think the dream was trying to tell me and anybody else who's hearing this to just stay focused on your future and not even the future, because sometimes worrying about your future causes anxiety, is what leads to anxiety, but also focus on the present. You're here, you're putting in the work, you're running, you're putting in the work on the track. Okay, now you just have to cross the line. And I think sometimes we need to remember that this is a journey. Stop looking at where we started and look at where we're going. Look at the direction we're going. Look at the finish line ahead, to not give us anxiety or worry, but almost to know that we have brighter days ahead. We have better days ahead. And there is a finish line of a new chapter coming that's going to be beautiful, and everything we probably hoped and dreamed of and wanted to manifest or pray for us coming into being. And I say this with the significance of when I stopped looking back, I didn't feel the presence of the woman tugging me backwards anymore. I felt like freedom. I felt a release. I felt better in a sense in my dream. And it kind of let go of all that sadness and anxiety and pressure almost. It let that go because, mind you, in this dream, I felt it physically. So I physically felt her pulling me back when I kept looking backwards. And I almost felt worried for her, like, I need to help her. I need to bring her with me. But she wouldn't go with me. She only wanted me to stay back with her. She didn't want to keep going in the direction I was going. And I think that holds a significance of growth. Sometimes you outgrow people. Sometimes you can't bring everybody with you. Sometimes you have to go on journeys alone. And I think that's significant of letting past relationships or friendships that don't serve you anymore, go. It doesn't mean that it's any beef, or it doesn't mean that it's any tension or ill will. It just means I've outgrown this era of my life. I've outgrown this stage, and I just need to keep going forward for my own well-being and my own happiness, because I deserve that. I deserve to give that to myself. I deserve to treat myself like that. I respect myself enough to where I respect that this is not where I am in life anymore, and I just need to keep going forward. And I think it's important to keep that mindset and grounded in that, because we can get lost sometimes trying to take everyone with us. We want our homegirl from elementary to go this way, but she want to go that way. We got to let her go her way, because that's her journey. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but you might not align anymore, and that's okay. It's okay. And realizing and accepting that these people that we come across, we don't have to hold on them so tight. We can, to love someone is to let them go, let them do them. And sometimes we have to really know that to love someone else is to let them go, and to love myself is to let me embrace the era and the direction that whoever you feel like is leading you. For me, it's God leading me in a certain path, but whatever you believe or your faith or just you as a person, go whichever direction you want to go. And so I say all this to say, um, sometimes we need to listen to our dreams. Our dreams are telling us these things or telling us this for a reason. You might think, oh, why did I have this dream? Or should I share this dream? I shouldn't share this dream. But sometimes dreams are a testimony, not only for you, but for you as a vessel to share your story, and for someone else to hear that as well that needed to hear that. And I think it's okay, once we process our emotions and our dreams, to really take heed into what our conscience is feeding us and telling us, because sometimes we think with our heart and not our brain. And our dreams, they're up here, babes. They're up here. So when you have these dreams and your mind is telling you something, yes, you could think with your heart, but also be cautious of your mind and really take heed to what warnings your mind is trying to give you, because the mind is in connection with the soul and the heart. So sometimes your mind sends signals, things that your soul and heart needs to hear. That goes into your well-being and your spiritual being. And so maybe you're on a path spiritually, emotionally, physically, that is leading to a new direction. That is all for the Transparency Tales, a thought-provoking podcast hosted by Calandrea Carter today in this episode. I hope you took something from it. I hope you learned something from it. And I hope this really resonated with you or what you needed to hear at the moment. And yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.